Hello, captains, and welcome to this Explain 10 video. Today we're flying KLM Flight 1002 service from London Heathrow to Schiphol in Amsterdam. This is going to be a short flight. It's about 40 minutes, and we're going to be cruising at flight level 260. Now, the reason I decided to do this flight aboard the JARDesign A330 is I've been receiving a lot of questions about this aircraft lately, just on how it is operated, what do I think of it, whether it's a better aircraft than the Peter Hager aircraft, for example. Now, I do have my personal views on the JARDesign by RWY Designs by Peter Hager and the JARDesign. In my opinion, the JARDesign is by far the best available Airbus A330 for X-plane. With this said, of course, I will try to show you everything there is to know about the JARDesign A330. And then hopefully by the end of the video you'll be able to kind of form your own opinion about which plane is is the best one for X-plane. So without further ado, let us go ahead and jump into the flight deck and get the aircraft prepared for departure. Welcome to the flight deck, captains. Let's go ahead and start preparing the aircraft for departure. Now, I've situated the aircraft at gate 225, which is close to our departing runway, which is going to be runway 27 left today. So let's go ahead and pump some fuel into this aircraft. We're going to basically need approximately 7,000 kilograms of fuel. Ooh. Kind of got carried away there. It's a short flight, so we're not going to be needing that much fuel. Okay, so battery 1, battery 2, APU battery is on, and fuel pumps can go on. Now, the nice thing about this JARDesign, it's got the checklist here. And as you complete the items, it will basically tick it for you. So let's start the APU. Right, and while the APU starts, there isn't actually much we can do, so let's wait for the APU. Okay, we can adjust these temperature knobs. Alright, that's done. Okay, alright, the APU is available now, so we can switch this to nav. And now the ADIRs are set on nav. Okay, nothing here. Let's see here. Nothing here. That's fine. Everything's fine here. Beacon can go on. And seatbelt and non-smoking signs can go on. And now we are good to start preparing the aircraft for or the MCDU. Okay, let's turn the radios on. Okay, so the fuel, okay, that's done. So we can now do that. That's done. Initial data. We are flying today from Echo Golf Lima. Let me bring this here so you can see what I'm doing. To Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Alright, the plan has been read successfully into the MCDU. Flight number is KLM 1002. And the cost index for this flight is 30. Cruise level is 260. And we can now align the IRS. Alright, let's update this here. QNH is 09999. There we go, QNH is set. Alright, so let's go to the flight plan. And this is basically departure. So we're departing runway 27 right. Alright, through, let's see here, Bravo Papa Kilo 7 Golf departure. Okay, which is... which I can't find here. Looks like maybe the... Alright, I think that will do. Yep, that looks okay to me. Alright, and then we're going to arrive into Schiphol at runway 22 and through the Red Foxtrot 1 Alpha arrival. Alright, so let's put that in. ILS runway 22. And that is our star. Yep. Return. And insert into the plan. Let's check for discos now. Top of climb. There's a disco here. So let's clear it. And that's our top of descent. And that's runway 22. Very well. Okay. Alright. So that looks okay. Let's go ahead and check the plan just to make sure everything is okay. I'm going to put this on. No, that's fine. Yep, that's good. Everything looks okay. That's our top of descent. And that gives us a nice entry into Amsterdam. Yep. Alright. So everything looks good. Let's switch back to ARC. And let's go back to the beginning of the flight plan. Alright, good stuff. And now we can enter the performance data. So we'll do flaps 1. Okay, and here's our V1, V rotate, and V2. Good stuff. So the FMC now is programmed, and everything looks okay to me. Alright, so the fuel quantity, it said that is not checked, but according to, let's see, let's check. Oh, fuel quantity is there. Well, everything looks okay to me. Alright. What I'm going to do is close the doors now and dismiss ground services. Okay. Ground handling, drive away all. And then pre-selected fuel is too low. Really? Alright, I'll keep it at 7. We'll see what happens. Alright, so the fuel truck has left. And now we can go ahead and hide the ground services. So I'll say hide all. Okay. So we are ready for engine pushback and engine start. So let's call the let's turn the APU bleed on first. APU bleed is on. And let's call the pushback truck. There we go. Alright, and pushback started. Let's go ahead and start our engines.
Starting engine 2.
Alright, and let's start engine number 2.
Starting engine 1.
Sorry, engine number 1.
After start checklist completed.
Alright, and now we dismiss the pushback truck. Alright, so we have a good start on both engines. Yeah, okay, let's arm the brakes. Let's arm the spoilers.
Spoilers half. Spoilers retracted. Spoilers arm.
Okay, flaps.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. And let's do the flight
Full
control
up,
check.
check. Full down, check. Full left, check. Full right, check. Pedal full left, check. Pedal full right, check. Flight control check completed.
Okay, so it looks like we haven't set the flex temperature. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and let's inform the, we'll do that in a minute. Okay. Alright, so that's our cruising altitude today.
Okay.
Alright. And what else do we need to do here? The cabin crew, that will be in a minute. Okay, flex temperature that we need to set. It's good that we sell that. Okay. Alright, here we go. We're all set now. Everything looks okay to me. Let's start the taxi light on. Packs need to go off. And let's see here. Everything looks okay.
Park brake off.
Okay, parking brake released. And let's go ahead and taxi to runway 27 left. Okay, folks, we are at runway 27 left. We're going to make one final stop here.
Park brake on.
Just to check everything is okay. So we need to turn off the APU and the APU bleed. And we need to turn strobe on. Nav on. Landing lights on. Taxi to actually take off. And now we're pretty much good to go. Alright, let's just check everything one more time. Okay, everything looks alright.
Park brake off.
Release parking brake. Give it a little bit of power. Alright. Alright, everything is stable. Let's do full power.
$100 knots.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive climb. Gear up.
Right, we need to adjust pitch. Okay, and
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
okay, folks, so we've engaged the autopilot now. And,
Need to check, sir, if everything is okay with the light.
yeah, everything's fine. Okay, folks, so we continue to climb to flight level 260. Everything looks okay at the moment. There are no issues. We need to
Spoilers disarmed.
disarm the spoilers at this point. And everything else looks fine. No issues. Alright, so I'll check back with you right at flight level 260. Welcome back, captains. We are now at flight level 260, which is our final cruising altitude today for our flight. There is a little bit there's a bit of turbulence, as you can see. Nothing too serious, but hopefully it won't get worse. We are still in UK airspace, and basically we are 30 minutes away from Amsterdam, so we should be there on time. And the weather is calm, few scattered clouds, nothing too serious. So I will see you right before top of descent, where we will begin our initial approach into Amsterdam. Okay, enjoy the ride, and I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, captains. We are approximately 19 nautical miles from our top of descent, so we need to start preparing for our approach into Amsterdam. For your info, the transition altitude in Amsterdam is 3,000 feet. So let's go ahead and configure the MCDU. Okay, so let's go here to performance, and we'll go to right there. So the QNH is 0999. No, that's not correct. Okay, now we're talking 1005. 1005. All right, and let's see here. We've got a bit of crosswind there, 13 knots at 200 degrees. So that's 213 knots. Okay. We've got few clouds, 25, and the temperature is 8 Celsius. Okay, good stuff. Our approach speed is 135 knots, and we are almost there. So let's go ahead and reset our altitude. So we need the first, let's see here, 15. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to 10,000 feet. Okay. And we are almost at top of descent now. Alright, and now we've begun our descent into Amsterdam. It looks like we need more drag, so...
Spoilers arm. Spoilers disarm. Spoilers half. Spoilers full. We need more drag, sir.
Alright. So we've extended the speed brakes. That should help us reduce speed a bit. Alright, well, we should be in good shape. I will see you guys just right before we... as soon as we enter into Amsterdam and we're able to see the ground, I'll check back with you right then, as there is nothing really to see at the moment. It's pretty darn dark. So, I'll see you in a little while. Okay, we have reached now our first restriction, 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights on. Alright, so the landing lights are on. I've turned on the dome lights so that we can see what's going on. And we are now at 250 knots. Our speed is 250 knots, and we should begin our descent to our final altitude of 3,000, which is, by the way, also the transition altitude in Amsterdam. So everything's fine at the moment. Let's check one thing here. Yep, that's 10,000. It will be fine. And then once we pass, yeah. So everything is good. Just momentarily we will begin our descent to our final altitude today, or final restriction of 3,000 feet, and at which point we will also set the barrel reference basically to 1005. So it's good at the moment. About 4 nautical miles will begin. So let's go ahead and reduce the altitude here to 3,000. It's pretty dark, and I think it's going to stay that way until we enter the Netherlands. Once we cross the the sea and into Netherlands, then I think we'll begin to see some lights. Alright, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and start the descent. Okay, captains, so we're going to go ahead now and reduce speed to 205 knots. And we'll descend at a rate of 1,000 feet per minute. There's the airport. Okay, folks, as you can see, we keep descending to our final altitude of 3,000, which is our final restriction today, and also the transition altitude. Everything looks okay. I'm getting the barrel reference now. It's kind of flashing now. So, well, it doesn't really matter. So let's set the altimeter to 100. Let's see.
Approach checklist completed.
Alright. So barrel reference is set, and everything looks okay at the moment. I think I forgot our final approach speed, so let's check that. Okay, so 135 knots. Okay. There's the airport there. And of course, FAA regulations require that we turn off the lights for landing. So basically I had to turn off the lights in the cockpit. Okay, we should begin our turn momentarily. Here, everything's fine. Okay, let's reduce speed to 180 knots.
Flaps 1.
And flaps 1.
Approach phase activated.
Alright. And let's reduce speed now to 160 knots.
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2. Alright, here we go. We begin our turn now. Let's reduce speed to 150 knots. So basically our fuel calculation was correct. I'm not sure why it was giving us a message in the beginning telling us that the fuel wasn't sufficient. But it turns out that it's okay. Alright, and now I've been requested to do a manual landing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a manual landing today, just to kind of show you how that's done, and hopefully we'll be successful in doing that. Okay, and now
Gear down.
gear down,
Flaps 3.
flaps 3,
Autopilot 2. Cross check.
okay, and let's set this to our final approach speed of 135 knots. Okay, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and disengage the autopilot. And it's my plane now. Right, spoilers are armed. I always get the
Radio altimeter alive.
I always get the you know, the button
2,500.
I always get mixed up with the buttons for the spoilers. But anyway, everything is good now.
Need to check, sir, if everything is okay with the light.
Yeah, everything is fine.
We have just been cleared to land at the arrival airport. Please make sure one last time your seatbelt is securely fastened. The flight attendants are currently passing around the cabin to make a final compliance check and pick up any remaining cuffs and glasses. Thank you.
One thousand.
Alright,
Flaps full.
flaps full.
500. 400. 300. 100 above. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
This L. Spoilers full.
Okay,
Reverse
and
green.
Reverse green.
$70 knots.
Welcome to Amsterdam, captains.
Nice landing, sir.
Well, looks like the passengers liked the landing. They enjoyed it. Okay, captains, let's go ahead and, as we normally do, look at our landing and how well we've done. Looks like it's raining here in Amsterdam.
300. 100 above. 200. 100. 10, 5. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Okay, captains, I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I hope that it's been a useful video, and until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.